chest, testicles. All right, dude. So we just saw
Just saw us.
Us. I see me right now. Actually,
It'd been a real twist if they actually came in and killed us in the theater.
so
That's what I wanted.
So today, well, it's the first movie review in a while. Ugly Dudes movie reviews, and it took a minute because I had to get this nice new portable thingy.
It looks pretty.
It is pretty. It's made of metal.
It is made of metal.
Yeah, it's cool.
also red.
It is red, but so was the suits in the Us movie. But I was told this has to be a spoiler-filled review because we have a special guest today,
Yeah.
Kurt Lunsford.
Hello. Yeah. There's too much to talk about to like dance around.
I feel like you can't not spoil this thing.
Yeah.
So, spoiler warning. Okay, you were warned. So,
I mean,
did
imagine
any?
we're talking about an M. Night Shyamalan movie because it's kind of there's some twists and turns.
It's got some twists and turns, but so do we want to start with just the overall plot and kind of go into like the goods and the bads?
That sounds like a great plan.
So the overall plot would be there's
Everybody has a double.
not everyone. It's not everyone,
Is
but
it not every? Oh,
because it was a program.
that's right.
And so there was a program started by humans
Poor souls.
that were cloned. And what did they call them? They called them the tethered
Yeah.
shadow people. They were tethered by the soul.
Shadow people. God.
And there was a lot of like hidden meanings and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We don't have to like dive that deep into like the.
Yeah, it had a lot of artistic kind of flair to it. So
It did. The cinematography was fucking gorgeous.
oh yeah,
The soundtrack, awesome.
agreed.
So there's these people, and they've been living underground for roughly, I don't know, 60 years
Well, they said
or something.
generations upon generations. So
Maybe
almost
100 years.
between
As far as like the movie goes, like the people you see at the beginning and the people you see once they come out, there's maybe like a 25-year gap. I don't know.
well, we had that crazy old homeless dude like in the beginning of the movie, and he's there. So maybe he's one of the first ones because he has
Maybe.
the fucking because he had it was Jeremiah 11:11, but he had 11:11 carved into his fucking dome.
And I will say, for most of this film, my mouth tasted like copper. It's very intense. I saw Kurt giving me stares every now and then. Like, dude, scary movies actually scare me. So it worked.
Well, see, I didn't really see that movie as scary. As
It's just
more-
intense.
Yeah, it just had that really kind of
And that's what I'm saying.
thriller
Like,
as suspense.
the soundtrack really helped because I think he took some checks from The Quiet Place and all these new silent
Yeah.
films because it was silent and he only used the music when absolutely necessary,
Well, I mean, you have
which was
Well, I mean, look at A Quiet Place, and now like between Get Out and Us, I mean, both new directors on hitting the silver screen.
and horror
Yeah,
and killing it. I
mean,
haven't
just-
seen Get Out, but now I've got to.
it's it's good.
But anyway, so the plot. So these people have been living underground. They come up. They start killing all their twins or tethered
Yeah.
above ground people who got to grow up with the sky and all this stuff, and they've been living underground.
Well, I mean, because it starts off with like a little black girl and her family at a carnival, and it's more or less centralized around her. I guess getting her revenge first, because there's a scene
Right.
where they go to their friend's house and like,
Right.
the crazy version of the wife's like wanting to slice her face open, but has miraculous restraint on that.
Well, that's kind of at the twist at the end of the movie too.
Yeah.
It kind of plays on all those little. It took a long time to get there. Yeah, there is some really interesting like.
Like, I wonder if the doubles actually recognized her.
Well, that's a dead giveaway, but she knew her,
Yeah.
so they've met, and
Well, I mean,
she had
she-
to spend her life.
Yes.
But okay, let's get into the weird parts. So that's basically the plot. They come up, they start killing everyone,
Yeah.
and then
They're
the
wanting to
movie's
send a message.
basically that. It's a message, and it's got themes from Hands Across America in the 80s.
Well, I mean, that's one of the
And
major plot points.
that's
in this
a
movie. is
massive plot
Hands
point.
Across America.
Which also dives into like the deeper meaning of the film.
Yeah.
But so the woman, they invade the house, they sit them all down, and she can talk, but she can't talk well anymore.
It sounds like she's having great difficulty.
But that's what's weird. So let's start with the weird part. So they're it's kind of like a zombie film in that respect, where these things are like, they don't talk, they screech and they growl, make weird fucked up noises.
Well, I mean,
But she was a little girl.
Yeah.
She was like 10. She could talk just fine. You would not just forget.
yeah.
You would have a pretty extensive vocabulary.
When you have no one to talk to, though, it's kind of easy to forget. Like, look at people like coming to America and like learning English and not being able to speak their native tongue all the time. They might forget words or things like that. Like, it's the same kind of concept.
True. And in just one generation, you can lose it completely. I mean, I have friends who came from Mexico whose children can't speak a lick of Spanish. So, yeah, I get that. Okay.
Well, I mean,
That's fair.
Like we said, it's full of spoilers. So like, I'm just gonna like jump around a little bit.
Yeah.
Because at the ending, you see like the massive twist, which is the
girl traded places.
Yeah, but she strangled her too. So like,
oh, you think she might have crushed her?
I think she like
something.
fucked up her like vocal cords and stuff.
I
That's
didn't
why
even-
she was
I didn't
having
even
like
think
such
about that.
difficulty.
And that's probably why she crushed her neck at the end. Ah, okay. That makes a lot more sense. It was revenge for the.
Well, no, that was the girl that. I mean,
No, I know. Oh, wait, that's the girl she did it to, though.
Yeah, she was finishing the job. That's why she had that little kind of psychotic
Oh.
like break.
Oh, right. And then the kid knew.
Yeah, well, I mean,
The little boy knew.
well,
For
the-
sure.
well,
For
the-
sure.
the kid, it wasn't just like he was miraculously smart. Like he was very kind of intuitive throughout the whole movie of like, this ain't right. Hey guys, there's a family in their driveway.
That's true. He picked up on it pretty soon.
Yeah.
Actually, in that original first house.
Yeah, well, I mean,
He
was.
gives like that weird, like, awkward, like, look. Like, what the hell?
He also wore a mask most of the time. So I mean,
Well, that's true. And his counterpart seemed more linked as well.
yeah, well, it might have been the age too, though. Is
Could've
what I was
been.
kind of thinking.
Okay.
Was that being younger, he hasn't been able to, I guess, fully unquote quotes unquotes break away.
Right. Okay. So he's more tethered then.
Yeah.
Okay. He's more attached.
There is a crazy theory out there that at some point, like in a previous summer, like the summer before, they switched places too.
Oh, because they do visit there, and he talks about leaving that thing there.
Oh,
That's not their first time there.
fuck.
Oh.
Because like with his toy and stuff, like he remembers that it exists and things like that, but he doesn't know how it works or like what it does. He's saying words like anus and like bullshit and stuff like that his parents haven't heard him say before. That kind of thing.
That's holy.
So
What the fuck, Kurt?
Whoa.
Because
Twist.
this is the second
Fucking
time I've seen it.
twist.
Like,
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we should say you guys saw it twice. And
yeah.
Then Kurt was like, dude, you got to go see it. And I was like, damn it. Okay. I'll go see it. Because I don't usually get to break away for the horror films. But okay. Number 2 bugaboo that I have with it. And then we'll get into the good shit. I think the biggest. Okay. So much like a zombie film, these things aren't that much harder to kill than normal humans. They're slightly stronger because they have no restraint, like brain restraint.
Yeah. Well, impulse control kind of goes out the window when you're in fucking sane.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, we see that a lot with people with brain injuries. They're
Yeah.
typically stronger than most people. So,
Well, I mean,
but here's the deal. They died pretty easily. I think anyone with a handgun or a semi-automatic rifle would have taken care of quite a bit of the... Hold on. Is there...
while I agree with what you're saying, you have to understand, like, if you're just sitting at home and a version of you walks in, is your immediate response going to be, I'm going to shoot him?
Me? Probably. Why would I not?
but you have to first go to your gun
But
safe
he's-
because that's a great place to
Only
keep
if
a
you have
fucking
children.
gun.
Only if you have children.
Well, you teach your children gun.
Okay, well,
discipline and
mine's
respect.
in the dresser, so that's where it fucking stays.
You hear that? Alliance is fucking packing.
I'm not packing on me. It's just at home. It's home protection. That's it.
It's in my prison wallet.
That's nasty.
It's a little 22. It's nothing big.
But that's my only other thing was like, okay, a few people, yes, but someone eventually, especially when they're in the streets doing something, there's police. Come on, man. Even if you went just the police were around, there were fire.
But once again, you have a fucking mass of red people go into a police station with fucking scissors and then just start stabbing everybody. You're not going to be able to shoot all of them. Yeah.
That look exactly like you. Like, you're not going to have time to process what's happening.
before they're stabbing you. Yeah. Okay. I mean, maybe.
Well, I mean, but
But
as
there
you
are
see-
millions of them
Yeah.
tens of millions. I mean, it's not everyone gets a clone. I don't think.
Well, you see at the end of it when they kind of do this pan and it shows like this long ass line just going through the wilderness and shit, but there's like helicopters and stuff flying around.
Right.
So
people are still alive.
Yeah.
That are functioning, but at the very beginning of the movie, they say there's miles and miles and miles and miles of tunnels in America that have nothing in them. So if all those were filled up, we only saw like one little section.
We saw a small city.
Yeah, of the possibility.
Scale.
Yeah, because it was like a little beach town.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like where was it? They said it.
Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz. Okay. Anyway, that was my only other thing was come on, man, machetes, shotguns, any number of bow and fucking arrow,
I mean, like
cops, hunters. You're in a beach town.
But they're you though.
Spear fishermen, spear the fucking people in the head.
But they're used to they think like you.
Right.
I mean, they even said in the movie like they know where we're at because they're us.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean
I'll take it, but it's a little wonky.
Different face on the same coin.
Okay.
It still goes the same places.
And it is in this universe because the soundtrack is definitely
I mean, they had some
fucking NWA. It's awesome. Fuck the police. We're in a parking lot right now outside of AMC.
So I mean, I meant to look this up earlier, but the white friend, is that one of the Tim and Eric dudes? It is?
Okay. Did anyone look up what Jeremiah 11:11 is?
I was meaning to.
Has anyone looked that up? Kurt, check that out. So we can get into the good parts. My favorite part, I love cinematography, and some of the standard camera shots are just whatever.
Yeah.
But man, when it gets into when it goes to like an intense scene,
yes,
it fucking really he goes wide with everything. The colors are really rich, beautiful. I love his use of contrast, almost like a noir style. Lots of shadows, hard to see, kind of hard to make stuff out in certain points, especially when they're down in the dungeon, whatever you want to call that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that'd be accurate.
Well, I mean,
accurate word.
and at night too, they didn't waste trying to light up the woods. They just let it be from street lights and shit. They didn't fuck with the lighting too hard. What do we got here? Therefore, okay, Jeremiah 11:11. Therefore, this is what the Lord says: I am going to bring calamity upon them, and they will not escape. Ooh-hoo. Though they beg for mercy, I will not listen to their cries.
Oh shit.
Okay. The plot fucking thickens.
Well, heathens don't read the Bible, so.
Well, that actually makes a lot of sense when you see the movie in its whole context. Though we did get kind of.
So did that old guy, the crazy homeless dude? Oh, I'm assuming he might have seen himself and became a religious fanatic, maybe.
Perhaps no. I don't know if that's possible because in the scene where it goes back to the beginning, there's two versions of him.
Yeah,
because he's down there, but the fucked up version has 11:11 carved in his head, and the normal version just has it on a sign like a normal street person.
Like a non-crazy person. Well, as crazy.
A little less crazy. He's not carving it in his fucking forehead.
I will say that it was weird with the where they pretty much turn around the bend going towards the beach, and they pull in front, and it's their car that they left at their house, and it's on fire.
Yeah, because they weren't at their house.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they were.
Oh, they went back.
Yeah, because she left the keys.
Right.
And that's why they went to the boat and shit.
But none of them know how to drive. They don't know how to operate a moving vehicle.
This is very true.
But it was the little boy, though. Ooh, and if he did switch, that would make sense that he would actually have some concept of how to drive it. Damn, that might be correct. Holy shit. I'm feeling that. I believe that. All right. It's approved. Crashcast, Ugly Dudes Movie Reviews approved. That scene. That has to be what it is. That's too good.
I mean, there's just small minor details. You don't see the gas trail until they point it out and it's there.
Well, because he sensed it. He saw the.
Well, I know,
face.
but when she's walking
up
up there, there's a shot where it shows right past her feet, and I didn't see
That's true.
the gasoline. I mean, it's just it's nothing big. It didn't ruin the movie for me, but it is something I was like, hey, like she wasn't behind that SUV, but magically she appeared.
Right.
Which that was also, granted, the fact that she just magically appeared there, it was also super cool that how she just fucking like, oh, while you're not looking, you're losing your kid again, bitch.
She was blending in really well though.
Yeah,
The
well,
maroon on maroon
yeah.
SUV thing and her. Yeah, it was cool. I liked it.
It was like
It's like she came out of nowhere, like a chameleon, like a crazy chameleon. But anyway, so plus points. So I love the cinematography.
Yes.
I actually love the story. The story is all kinds of fucking just shoom, 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 shoom. Just takes you on a fucking roller coaster, man.
I mean, I experienced some like those pseudo body pains, like when he gets fucking like cracked in the knee. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my god,
Dude, the dad got it pretty bad.
old Baku got fucked up.
Who was that?
It was Baku from M'Baku from Black Panther.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Oh, that was him.
yeah. They were in his
I
wife
wonder why
was
he
the
looks so familiar.
love interest of Black Panther.
Dude, literally, so the movie starts a little slow because at the beginning, before the people show up, I was like, man, this movie kind of fucking boring
that
right now.
weird pan out of the fucking rabbit cages was super fucking weird.
That was cool. I
mean, it
was
was
into
co-
that, but
yeah.
then it slows down dramatically. It's just like a story. I was like, damn, dude, is this really? And then it's going to be all at the end. I hope not. But once that family showed up, dude, straight up, my mouth did not stop tasting like pennies until like my blood was racing, dude. Oh man, there were so many fucked up scenes.
Yeah,
It gets real intense real fast. Even the second time when he comes out of the house to tell him to leave,
yeah.
and the little boy jumps off into the wood. Fuck that. Nah. That's when if that's me, that's when I start pulling shit out. Fuck this.
Well, I mean, once again, like I'm pretty sure he didn't fully realize the scope of the situation that was happening, but you gotta have to, like,
More than-
subconsciously, you're like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like
I'm getting more
genders
than
are
a back.
matching up
Yeah,
and
no, I'm good.
sizes and
Nope. There was a lot of nope, 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 nope in that one.
the fucking Hadaki.
Come on, man. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the humor, even in some of the fucked up parts, is really good.
Yeah.
This movie's actually fucking funny. Really funny. Because there's like this, I don't know, chick getting stabbed in the fucking neck. And she's like, call the police. And their version of Alexa's like playing Fuck the Police
Well,
by
well,
NWA. It's
What
fucking
did
hysterical.
they call her instead of Alexis? Ophelia.
Athelia. That's it. Call the police. She's got a big gash in her neck, and then Fuck the Police comes on. That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, and before that, they get murdered to the Beach Boys. So good vibrations. Blood's fucking squirting everywhere.
What about you, Kurt? What's like one of the more positive points?
Positive points of the movie? I don't know, just the conversations that it starts, I guess. Just how, I don't know, for me, like when I first watched it, there were a lot of things that seemed like they were, it was talking about jealousy a lot, you know?
Yeah.
Like people from the outside looking in that like have similar lives to you, but yours is just a little bit better than theirs. Stuff like that. One thing I want to talk about, I don't know if you guys noticed, was how the main family like took their time trying to kill them versus like everyone else. They just walked up and stabbed them. Yeah, that was kind of interesting to me because it was very like they've been plotting this and like just planning it for years, you know.
Well,
Because the other one did say we want to take our time.
yeah, well, I mean, the mother that wind up is actually switched places. That's she was the ringleader because
Right.
they talk about how, well, she talks about how they recognize she was different.
Yeah.
I guess in
Yeah.
the way she moves and that probably could actually fucking
The
talk.
dancing too, and could somewhat talk.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
I
I like
mean-
dude, there was a lot of symbolism. He uses a lot of symbolism. You feel like there's like a lot of inner self reflection.
Well, when you first
Like
see,
those are like the dark parts of humanity.
Yeah.
So we bury it down deep kind of shit.
well, I mean, you see,
And
like,
they were like a
Yeah.
interpretation of that.
well, the actual when she starts talking about the tunnel scene, I mean, like it's cool, like talking about like, oh, we ate live rabbits, and then you see them eating live rabbits.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of like those. I don't know, man. That was something I picked up on. I'd like to watch it again just to kind of like try to attach myself more to some of the not like direct points of the film, shit that wasn't spoken.
Just those subtle nuances that are kind of all through this movie.
Right. There's a ton of them. A ton of them. Even the Hands Across America things, like, yeah.
We all know how that went.
Well, it's like if you, I don't know, man. I kind of got like if you, I don't know. It's very deep.
Yeah.
Very introspective. You got to look down inside. It's like if you kill off the darkness or the darkness kills you, kind of thing. I was getting all kinds of vibes out of this movie. It was fucking wild.
Well, to pick up on like killing the darkness, like you see like at that like scene at the end of the fight where she breaks her neck and then she just has like this release of like emotion after that.
Right. It's like setting yourself free.
I mean, it almost looked like she was actually experiencing her own death, but not dying.
Right.
Because she had the strangled gurgle going on, and then the manic laughter fit afterwards. And
well, there's a lot of that, like if you, what is that thing? There is something about that. I don't know who said it or what it is, but I would like to see this movie again, if even just to pick up on all those little things.
I'm already stoked for Jordan Peele's next work, though.
Oh,
I mean,
Twilight Zone out now.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's just the host.
He's the host. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the host. And I think he's directing a few episodes here and there. Yeah.
Which, I mean, hell yeah, I can't wait to watch it. I think it came out today.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This movie was fucking wild.
I
It
mean,
is wild.
I loved it though.
Very seldom. Like I get the horror aspects, the thriller aspects of it. Very suspenseful film, but it makes you think too. Like you have to like crawl down into the hidden meaning of the movie, which is nice. It's a very like artistic and original is what I would say, because it was like 5 different styles of movies. And at first, in the middle, I was kind of like, man, this is basically a zombie film. Man, like
I didn't think about it before, but I mean, like it does kind of hit a lot of the high points
I was like,
of the
this is
zombie
like
film.
This is like an introspective zombie movie.
But the zombies yourself.
But as the movie
and they're
keeps,
not dead.
That's what's
Yet.
brilliant about this movie is I now that it started slow and I was kind of like, man, what the fuck? But it builds and builds and builds and builds and builds, and then even at the end, you're still just left going, what the fuck? Like, what did I just watch? It was fantastic.
Yeah.
It really was.
I mean, great cast too. I mean,
Yeah, like
because-
middle of the movie, dude, I was like, this is a C+. And now I'm like, yeah, this is a solid A+ movie.
Well, I mean, because the same actors played their doubles too. So,
Dude, I was thinking, okay, so there's a chase, the chase scene where they have the car. I was thinking, okay, you had to film this twice. The little girl had to film that scene twice, and that one, dude, her version was creepy as a motherfucker.
well, it had that she had that smile.
Dude,
And
that's
it's not-
what, yeah.
It's not a normal smile. It's like you could see the insanity in the eyes.
Yeah. She
And it
killed
portrayed
it.
it very fucking
Yeah.
well for on screen.
The looking back and forth through the car windows, man.
Yeah.
Hoo-hoo-hoo.
Can we talk about the scene where she died as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here, you take that one.
No, it's just really interesting because like Adelaide, like the main character, was just like, I don't know, I guess realizing in that moment that like, I don't know, that they're human too, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's kind of what I got from it. Yeah.
Well, it was kind of that bittersweet sorrow with realizing that like technically that's still your daughter.
Well, I was going to just say that she was treating her like a mother. She was, calm.
Well, I mean,
just be calm.
She even does that with her pyromaniac double son.
At the end, she's like, no.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
freaking out because like the actual son, like I said, super smart. So he just like, oh hey guys,
That just adds to that even more, actually, because the other mom, the one in the red suit, seemed like she couldn't have gave a fuck. She wasn't attached to that
well
person.
she wasn't attached to any of them though.
Well, that was kind of part of the running theory on like that they might have gotten switched. Was that like she was yelling like no, no, don't do it, like stuff like that, as he's walking back into the fire, and like that's what her realization of like that's her actual son, and like at some point they got switched. You know,
Okay, but how? I mean, because he could talk normally though. That was the.
he could talk. He could talk normally, but I'm sure everything like he knew he learned from her down in the tunnels. You know,
Oh,
because like she could still
shit.
talk, and then just over time,
Okay.
like she forgot
Yeah,
it.
because the
She would have been raising him down
like
there.
at the
other
beginning
version.
of the movie, he scares his sister and then runs to the closet door because
and knew right where it was.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Well, what do you expect to happen?" Like,
Yeah.
Didn't this happen last year? Like, I got you.
Exactly. Dude. There is too
And-
many tie-ins to that one. Confirmed again. Double confirmed. That is wild, man. This movie is a fucking wild. I'm still trying to process the whole thing. That's what I love about doing these in the parking lot. Is like you get to hear like the real time processing of the information given, and it was a lot. I there's no way I got it all. There's no
Yeah.
fucking way, and I didn't go to the bathroom or nothing. I actually have to pee really bad.
Well, that's why you pee after the movie. Corey.
Yeah, I should have.
we could have.
I'm silly.
We could have held hands.
Hands across America. Dude, so we did get some talkers though. There were some talkers, and then the people beside Justin straight fucking left.
I guess would that put it like at the 30 minutes before like it fucking ends, 30 to like 45? Like they just get
Dude, it
up.
was a solid. It was every bit of 30. I think it was probably more than that.
Like, but they just get up and leave. I didn't see it as being like overly gory or anything.
Maybe they had AMC A list and they just left because they had already
Yeah.
seen it.
Or what if they were upset that they didn't have a list?
Well, that they left at one of the more brutal scenes. I think maybe they were just like too much.
I mean,
It seemed because the guy
the
left
poster
first.
of it is her holding the golden scissors. Like,
Yeah, but the
it's
guy
not a happy movie.
the guy left first, and then the wife stayed for a solid 10
he
minutes.
was in the bathroom throwing up.
Maybe, or they got in a fight.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, they were a couple for sure. So who knows?
You know what? I'm gonna fucking ruin this movie for you. I'm leaving.
Oh,
I mean, I'll make up fantasies for their lives. I don't care.
dude, I'm all about it. I can't wait to see it again. I have to.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's too much to take in. And
there's a lot of shit going on.
I love the symbolism parts. I would love to just watch it without with the knowledge of the story, so I can ignore certain things
Yeah.
and pay more attention to like the deeper plot. Because there's like 5 plots in this movie. There's like a whole bunch of stories going on in one story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the main character, like as a little girl, it didn't seem like she had the best of households.
No. Growing up,
Yeah.
definitely not. Yeah, broken home kind of thing. Latchkey kids, I think, is what they call them. I'm not sure. In the 80s, there was a bunch apparently.
Something to say on top of that, they never really address it in the film, but like if you hear them referencing like the summer home and like grandma just died and stuff like that, they never talk about grandpa. So I'm thinking maybe like after like she came back from the tunnels and wasn't speaking, he just thought it was too hard and left. You know, I just now thought of that. Like
Yeah.
that's definitely a possibility.
Like they would have never known what happened to him because he bounced. That's a good observation.
Well, because he like pats her on the shoulder and like just kind of stands there for a second and then just walks out of the room, and he's never referenced
Oh
again.
shit, you're right.
Oh, damn. The plot fucking thickens, bro. Holy shit.
So I wonder. I had a thought about because she mentioned her mentioning her stop dancing,
Yes.
but I wonder if that actually kind of went in line with the tethered people realizing that she's different and that kind of, I guess, almost kind of breaking the spell somewhat.
Yeah, because they broke him out of the spell
because-
of doing everything identically. Because before she traded places, when she's walking through to
Yeah.
get to the thing, everyone's doing exactly what their counterparts are doing
Yeah.
above. Everyone.
But when
And then after that, when the switch happens, they're very uniformed. They're that's when they get their suits or whatever it is, and they have like a plan, a goal. So they've
Well,
decided to
Yeah.
untangle somewhat of their.
Well, because like the main character, like she stopped dancing when she was 14, so it almost makes me want to believe that they've been planning it since like
They said a long time.
Since she was 14.
Yeah, they don't give any clue as to how
Yeah.
long, but all
They say
is a long
years, but I mean, that's plural, so.
And they were, I mean, they had 2 kids. Their kids were, one was a teenager. So, I mean, from 14 to they're probably in their 40s. That's a long time.
Yeah.
It's a long fucking time. Late 30s at the
I mean, you have
earliest.
at least 20 to 25 years of fucking planning and organizing to be able to stretch across America. I mean,
Well, because it would have to reach under their systems too. And they were all
Yeah.
underground in tunnels and shit.
Well, I mean, they never really specify. I mean, you don't see all of the tunnels. You just see a
No.
couple corridors and.
Yeah, this takes place
But everything's
basically.
uniform,
This
so.
whole movie takes place in like 3 places:
Yeah.
the beach front, the underground part, and then the homes
Yeah.
near the beach. That's basically it.
You're
I mean,
right.
there's a couple of different houses they go to, but
Well, I mean, they only go to one other house, and
Is it
then
just the one?
and then they're driving
oh, that's right. And then they get in the car
because
Yeah.
she's like, "We need to go to Mexico." What?
okay,
Well, maybe she knows that there's no doubles in Mexico, though.
she might have known that because the statement is in America.
Yeah.
It's all United States stuff.
Well, also too, when like we're introduced to the tethers, and they say, "Who are you?" They say, "We're Americans." So
Oh yeah.
So
Well, there you go. So she would have known that.
this thick ass plot
So-
keeps on getting thicker.
This soup is burning. Wow.
It's no longer a liquid.
So, man, I'm at a loss for words with some of it.
Yeah.
This movie was fucking awesome.
I mean,
It's got some gory ass shit in it, but it really wasn't. They actually do cut away. Like there's a
yeah. Well, I mean, you see
when they kill the other family.
Yeah.
Like there's scenes that could have been way worse than they were, but they do it from like afar.
Yeah, like you see somebody get stabbed, but it's not like a up close shot of them getting stabbed. It's like
It's from outside the home.
Yeah.
yeah, and you just see it through a window, and then the throat cutting scene they pull away right as it's about to happen, so you don't really see any of the like
yeah.
fallout.
Well, more. I mean, as far as like the gruesome stuff, I mean, like at the end, she breaks her own neck, and you hear that sickening fucking crunch.
The sound design was actually fucking awesome. That's another thing that was
Yeah.
awesome. The way the speaker movement and the way they did like if something was behind you, it only was behind you. Like a lot of movies, it's just kind of like the same shit all around the theater.
Yeah.
This one had you can tell somebody really took their time.
I mean, Jordan Peele. I mean, he's
He's killing it.
yeah.
I've got to watch Get Out now. I just got to find some free time.
And it's funny though that because there's another Marvel character in Get Out from the Black Panther movie.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't even put that together that was the other leader from the mountains or whatever. That's fucking awesome.
Right.
I knew he looked familiar. I was like, man, where's this guy been in before?
Well, I mean,
But Black Panther was like a whole year ago.
it was a huge success.
What, this movie?
Well, I mean, Black Panther. I mean, with the actors actually getting like some fucking
Fucking clout,
big name
yeah, some
fucking
recognition,
movie
yeah.
coming out, and like you've only done a couple films, and like you're
Yeah.
fucking nailed it.
That little girl was intense.
Well-
Her doubles were fantastic. And I
Yeah.
love some of again, back to the cinematography, like when she's giving that speech in the
Yeah, like
dungeon.
den, or no, the dungeon. Yeah.
where it's kind of like a 70s style feel, where it's like her face is half the screen, but it's kind of like looking past her to the other person while she's talking to
Oh
her.
yeah.
That shit was awesome. I was like, this feels old school, but with a modern take. Man, yeah, there's too many good things to say about this movie. A++.
I mean, even some of the oversights, it's slight kind of goofy.
There was just like a few.
Every-
I don't even know if
every
it was
movie
a
has-
goof. I just think it was a. Just don't put it in there. Don't think about it.
Yeah.
It's not part of this
There was some.
thing.
I mean, very very minute like oversight.
Yeah.
shit. But it wasn't trying to hold your hand through the entire movie.
Right.
Trying to explain every little fucking detail to you, which I always find refreshing.
It only did that in the beginning.
Well, I mean,
Right when they first got there, the exposition was very heavy.
yeah,
That's
but
the
it's
only,
it's like 30 seconds of like tunnels.
Yeah.
We don't know what's in the tunnels.
yeah. Which
And
does
then
seem a little
movie.
strange too. Like, how the hell would no one ever go down there that long? A normal person, whatever you want to call them.
I mean, like, I'm in the industrial field now for my day job, and like,
Tell me,
I
Justin.
see a fucking like room like that, like, and nobody's around. Like, guess who's not going in there?
Yeah, that's like that thing in
I'm
Russia.
getting
they
in my
found.
fucking truck and leaving.
That's like that underground facility they found just in Russia.
Yeah,
Some guy
no.
walked up on 2 tubes and it was
Yeah.
this whole fucking thing. Fuck that.
I don't have that instinct to follow the noise. Like, I hear some crazy shit going on. Like, my ass is going the other way.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
oh, there's a family out there. Like, get the fucking gun.
want to do final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I'm down.
Here, Kurt, you go.
Final thoughts. Definitely go see this film. You're gonna want to watch it multiple times. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of conversations started from it. I think it's similar to Get Out, going to really kind of shake up the film industry in a very good way. So
This is almost a movie then dinner. Like, go catch an early show and then go to eat so you can just sit down and
All the dinner conversations from like just being able to talk about all the crazy
Yeah.
shit like from different perspectives. Which,
go
I
to
mean,
like a real seedy joint, you know, real fucked up spot. You don't want to go to Applebee's and talk about us. You want to hit up.
you want to hit Chili's.
Chili's, yeah, Chili's. But the shitty one they haven't rebuilt yet. You know,
Yeah,
like
it's-
Rodney Parham.
It's right next to the heavy industrialized zone. So like
Right, or a Denny's. There you go. Go to a fucking
Denny's.
Denny's.
onions and eggs.
I definitely give it an A+. Go see. I'm gonna go see it again.
Yeah, I mean, I just pretty much reiterate what both of y'all just said. I mean,
yeah.
multiple viewings of this. I mean, there's shit I didn't catch first time,
Right.
and like
I
watching
know
it
I
through the
missed
second
shit.
time. I mean, I was still into the film, like
Yeah.
very aware of what's going on and enjoying it. So
Right.
I can, you can too.
Well, all right. Well, hey, I'm super stoked we can do this again
Yeah, it's been
because
it's been a great-
actually Kurt has an idea for a bigger one of these at his place. He was telling me, yeah, like a viewing, and then we have like I'll bring like a bigger interface. We have like a
okay.
so we got some plans for the
That
Ugly
sounds
Dudes
dope.
movie reviews. I think they'll be fun. I
And
got
then
one.
our ugly dude pack grew by one.
I definitely have some ideas that involve watching movies while inebriated under
Drunk movie reviews.
no other ones.
High movie reviews.
Yeah.
There we go.
So cool. We're gonna experiment with this format and just kind of like try to build it.
We
We-
hopped a lot of paint and we watched a lot of movies.
We have this new portable rig and it's actually doing really well. I'm super surprised at how good this is coming out. So, and it's not draining the battery like the old system did either. Remember, it used
Okay,
to, dude.
yeah.
We talked for like 30 minutes.
Well,
it was like
you'd have to have
cut
your
it off.
laptop plugged in
Plugged in. Yeah.
because there's just such a fucking drain on it.
Yeah, this is way cooler. I'm super excited. Thanks everybody for listening. Check it all out. Check out Kurt Lunsford's photography page. Check out
I mean, if you like good photos and having good photos taken,
yeah. Well, it's fucking Tuesday. This will be out on Thursday because we were doing them on Thursdays. So I think
Yeah.
I'll keep that approach. I know we're a couple of weeks late, but also earlier, Kurt, if you ever want to, I think during the slow weeks, because you know there's quite a few this year. This year's not as stacked as last year. We're gonna do Netflix movie reviews, and we'll just do them at the house.
that was kind of my idea too with what I talked to you about. Just like we all get together at my place, your place, wherever, and just go on Netflix or Hulu and find something that we've never watched before, and just pick something random, and then go from there.
fuck it. That sounds
100%. And then
Fucking
once we
phenomenal.
catch up, we can do like right then, like what came out recently, the Trailer Park Boys,
yeah.
the animated
yeah.
series. Like that would have been cool to do it, binge watch it, and then do a review of the whole
Yeah.
thing like same day.
I mean, the trailers look pretty dope, but that's
But that's what I like about Netflix too, man. Is that everyone gets at the same time.
yeah.
There's almost never any early showings unless it's something they bought after it was made from like Sundance.
Well, I mean,
or
because
something.
like speaking of like shaking up the film industry, that's I mean, Netflix.
Yeah, well, did you-
Netflix does it. It
Well, you know
hardly interferes with people wanting to put content out. Like
Just-
you have
before we wrap it up, I read today because you know the Oscars and the Academy were talking about banning them.
Well, no,
from-
there's a couple people that were trying to like strong arm that the
Dude,
shit.
a
I think-
federal judge told them it might not be in their interest to ban Netflix because it actually is breaking rules against fair acts that are set in place for everyone to have an equal chance.
yeah.
So, like,
I mean, regardless of
the federal government has stepped in and told, basically warned them, I wouldn't do that. If you do, there are big legal ramifications for what
Yeah.
you're trying to do. You can't block out these movies.
That's the same concept as like with not Childish Gambino, Chance the Rapper, and like him putting out mixtapes, and he wasn't eligible for Grammys because they were mixtapes. They were free to stream on, SoundCloud or whatever. And now they overturned those rules to where any mixtapes can be considered for Grammys now. So it's kind of the same thing with like Netflix and Hulu
yeah.
content.
Content is content, though. I mean, when you like
Yeah,
fucking
well,
break it
times
down,
are fucking changing, man.
yeah,
Even so it's a paywall system, right?
yeah.
Netflix is a paywall system, but they buy films from other people. Not everything is Netflix made. They buy it and stick their fucking name on it.
Yeah.
How's that any different from what we just did? We all have A-list stubs. That's a paywall system.
Yeah,
We pay-
it's a monthly service,
Right.
That I mean,
What's the difference? Besides, I have to leave my house.
yeah.
What's the difference?
I mean, you see, like, not trying to constantly plug AMC, but like three movies
it's
a
a
week.
sick fucking deal. Yeah.
I can't even make. I mean, like, I could.
Dude, I've
I
never
could
not
make
once-
myself
no.
watch 3 movies a week, but most weeks it's super fucking hard.
I've never
just
done
to-
it.
yeah.
And we've been members since last year when it
Yeah.
started.
Like,
the first month
yeah,
it started.
because we were looking into the
Movie Pass.
Cinemark stuff.
R.I.P. No, that wasn't Cinemark. That
Was
was
it
just
not?
a private company.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and they failed miserably. They are gone.
But I know we checked our phones going in here because AMC had crashed due
In-game
to
straight crash
Yeah,
like
in-game
everyone's
was-
server.
yeah. Because this day and age, like that shit goes viral very fucking quickly.
We will definitely be doing a parking lot review for that movie. All right, let's wrap this bitch up. We already did the plugs. What?
I just realized that we're going to see it at 11:15, and that's a 3-hour fucking movie.
Yeah, we ain't going home. We're going straight to work. 3 o'clock, hour-long podcast, 30-minute drive home. Yeah, we're going straight to work.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
well.
parking my job and sleep in my car.
There you go. That's probably what I'll do, too, to be quite honest. But all right.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
You good? A++? Everyone
plus.
agrees?
Yes.
Multiple viewings? All right, everybody. Thank you for listening.